Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy,
God.
oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay.
All right. Well, Amy, we're here. Where are we? What are we doing?
Okay. All right, cheeks down. Okay. Hello and welcome to the American Dream Connection. I'm Amy Atkins.
And I'm Mike Mina.
Wow, that was, what voice was that?
That was my Ron Burgundy voice.
Wow, I'd like to hear a little bit more Ron Burgundy. That would be fun. That's a
Yeah.
whole nother show. Okay, welcome to the show. Just want to kind of keep you updated on all things related to real estate lending and what goes on. And we're here to talk about something today which involves some, some skill levels. And you're seeing a lot of things kind of coming at you now where they're for lack of better words, blowing up.
Yeah.
Deals that aren't, that you
It's
gotta
almost
fix.
like we should change our name from Augusta Financial to Fallout Mortgage sometimes, because we're seeing a lot of other lenders' mistakes that are coming across our desk. And I don't blame the other lenders. They're just inexperienced and don't really work this marketplace as much as we do. And we're probably working a lot of refis over the last couple of years. And a lot of these loan officers don't have the experience level that we do. So when they get into escrow, these deals are falling out. And all of a sudden the realtors are calling us in a panic. I'd like to be the first choice, not the second choice, but I don't mind being the second choice if we can save that second choice deal.
Well, I work down the hallway from you, and I can hear you on the phone a lot of times, saving the day and trying to, put the pieces back together when, it's pretty much blown up. So, do you think that a lot of these lenders got into a refinance market, which, that's all great and everything, but that's a certain set of skills, and that's an existing home and everything's already in place, where with what we do, you're looking at putting financing in place for the very first time, and that's very varied, and there's a lot of different scenarios there. So do you feel it's just that there's just a lot of people out there that just don't have the skill level to really deal with a lot of this stuff?
Well, yeah, my skill level's maybe a little different than theirs, and it's I think what it is you do a refinance. Someone buys a house, they get a 5.5% interest rate, blah 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 blah. They go ahead 3 years later, they refinance to a 3.5% interest rate. They already qualified for the loan. More than likely, their income's higher. Maybe they have a few credit card debts or whatever they have, but generally speaking, they're refinancing to a lower rate, or they're getting a little cash out to pay off some bills. At the end of the day, they've got an easier loan qualification. There's no worry with the assets. There's no worry with the income. Generally, it's going from a here to a here, and they qualify. I had one the other day. It was crazy. So the client had like $60,000 in cash on the side, and the lender said, "Yeah, just put $3,500 a month into your account, or every week, into your bank account, and then it'll be seasoned in no time." And the client's like, "Oh, okay, I'll start doing that." They called me. I'm like, "No, don't do that. You can't put cash in the account." So we have found a way around putting cash in the account by getting her a gift for the down, and what she does with her cash, she does with her cash. But this lender didn't have the idea of what to do, what was right, what was wrong, because they were a refi lender.
I hear it on the radio too. I'm hearing advertisements on the radio as to what certain lenders can do and what they're advertising, and I'm thinking that is so like 6 months ago, and it's not even relevant anymore. And there's people out there listening to this and thinking that's the case, so they really need to pick up the phone call and call someone like you, or just call you.
Yeah, I think that the problem is right now is you still have the companies that are searching out there, and they're advertising and they're marketing and they're doing all their things. And a lot of that is yesterday's news when they're advertising by the time it hits the press. Then you've got the people that are working there that were just doing the refis or don't know what your standard deal is, or maybe they can only do a cookie cutter deal. And most of our deals right now are not cookie cutter
They are
deals. They
not.
never are.
They are not.
And we don't want we want every deal. We don't want just the cookie cutter deals.
Well, and we've done some shows about, self-employed and first-time buyers and all that kind of stuff, and that all comes into play when you're a purchase market lender, which, we primarily are. So, yeah, and again, this affects the agents involved on both sides. It affects the people selling the home, it affects the people buying the home if all this blows up. So you really got to start with someone with some skill levels like what you have.
Well, especially when you have 2 or 3 deals attached, and one deal falls out and it had no reason to be in escrow. And now all of a sudden you're in escrow at $800,000. That client qualifies for 6, like one that's on my desk right now. That they were in escrow for $800 and they qualify for 6. So now what happens to the other two deals that were involved in the line? Well, now they have to go relist that property, the 800,000. Maybe they take 775. Does that piss off the people that they were buying from? Everybody's angry in that transaction. We had one the other day. Client fell out of escrow, I think at 775, and 7 minutes later they're in escrow at 685. They're never going to use that agent again because he accepted the offer. Now because people don't want to take that. Oh, Amy, you're my client. You're my agent. I'm your client. I'm never going to use you again because you took the wrong offer. Well, we took it together generally, but we don't remember that. We have to blame somebody.
Right. And I already know the answer to this question, but we're not talking about just here in Santa Clarita. We're all over California and some other states too.
Doesn't matter where it is. What you want to do is be able to pick up the phone and talk to someone and understand that they know what they're talking about in the industry. It's just like any cross qualification. If I talk to the lender on the other end and they give me the key documents, I'm okay. If they don't get me the documents on the other end or they're hiding from me or running, I tell the agent, run for the hills. You don't want that deal. You want to work with someone else. And a lot of times they get fed up and they're just like, I'm not going to work with this person. They don't work nights. They don't work weekends. They don't work weekdays. When do they work?
When do you work?
Pretty much all those times I said, nights, weekends, whatever. I mean, my wife was mad. She's like, are we going to dinner at Saturday night at 7 o'clock? I'm like, yeah, babe, don't worry. I'll be home soon.
Yeah, I know you work all the time.
Yeah. But I mean, that's just me, and I've got issues there. But again, we don't really want to go into therapy right now, Amy. But if we are, can I sit on that couch over there while we do it? Because
Sure.
I always thought that sounded like a good idea.
Okay, you go over there. I'll just finish the show.
Yeah, like Bob Newhart used to
Yeah.
have me lay on the couch
go lay on the
back
couch.
in the day.
We can talk about it. Yeah.
I ever tell you my wife dated Bob Newhart's son? I just thought that was cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was like over 32 years ago, though.
I always liked that show. Yeah. But anyway, well, that's good advice. Hey, maybe just start with someone like you who knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Instead of, and again, not trying to bash anybody, but there's a lot of people that got in there in the refi market and it's just a whole different animal. And so it's important to start with someone with some experience like you.
And I look at it and I go, they will learn. But do you want them to learn on your dime?
No. Well, you guys, again, this is good information. I've had lots of real estate professionals and even some other people say, can I share this? I've got somebody that would need. Yes, you can share it. Go ahead, copy the link, share the information. That's why we're here. And thanks for watching. Continue to follow us. And gosh, we got a big week to start. I guess we better go.
It's fun. Got to get to work.
Yeah. So
Peace out.
thanks for watching, and
All
we'll
right.
see you again on the American Dream Connection.